Okay, this is in response to a user who's asking how to create a new style, which is a composite of two different styles that exist currently on the SD90. So what he wants to do is he wants in Arranger A, it should have the sounds from the country rock style Arranger A. Arranger B should be the sound of the old waltz Arranger A. Arranger C should be the country rock Arranger D. And Arranger D should be the old waltz Arranger B. He wants this all to be at 126, and he wants to ensure that he maintains the timing of 3/4 and 4/4 per each variation. So I'm going to show you how to do this. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and from the style window we're going to press view and we're going to go into edit. And we're going to create a new style. So we're going to press the new button. And we're going to give it a name. And let's go ahead and give it a name called, we'll call it just Greg 1. Okay, so now I have an empty style. This style doesn't have any patterns in it. So if I press play, you'll see that it's playing, but you don't hear anything. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is he wants in Arranger A to be country rock Arranger A. So we're going to go first to the parameter screen, and we're going to make the global parameter single because we're going to work on individual arrangers. We don't want to apply any parameters globally. And in this particular case, he would like to have 4/4 time, and I happen to know because I checked that this particular style has 8 bars in this first arranger. And he wants the tempo to be 126. So we'll go ahead and we'll set that. Okay, now we're going to go into the copy export area. And along the left side of this screen is the source of what you're going to be copying from. So we have to, he wants to have the country rock Arranger A put into the Arranger A of the current selection. So that's in a user section, user family or user area, and the family is country. And then we have to go find the style, right? So this is country rock Arranger. So we're going to find that style, which is where, here it is, country rock, right? And we're going to take Arranger A, we're going to take all sections, and we're going to copy this all to the current style, which is Greg 1. That's automatically populated for you. And we're going to put it in Arranger A of the Greg 1 style. So that's what he wants to do. So we're going to go ahead now and press execute. Press execute, it's initiating the copy. Now when I press play, we should hear country rock Arranger A. And we do. Okay, now he wants to, if you look on the screen there, take old waltz Arranger A, and he wants to put it in Arranger B of the current style, which we've called Greg 1. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to go to Arranger B, and I'm going to find my source. So it's user country. In this case, it's old waltz. So I'm going to go down and find old waltz, which is right. Where is that guy? Did I miss it? Oh, here it is, right here, old waltz. Okay, and I want old waltz Arranger A, all parts, and I want it to be copied to the current style, which is Greg 1, and I want it to go into Arranger B. Right? And let's go back and go into the parameter screen as well, because here we want the tempo to be 126, we want the time signature to be 3/4, and this happens to have a 16 bar loop. So I'm going to set that to 16. Right? So you'll see old waltz, Arranger A, all into the current style, Greg 1, Arranger B. So I'm going to press execute. Now when I press play, I should hear a waltz. And I do. Okay, now we're going to go ahead over to Arranger C. And in Arranger C, he wants country rock Arranger D. So we're going to go, let's go ahead into parameters first, Change the tempo to 126, 4/4 time. It is 8 bars long. I'm going to go into copy export, and I'm going to find Country Rock Arranger, Country Rock, and we want Arranger A, which is what's he wants Arranger D. So I'm going to go find Arranger D, which is right here, all, and he wants that copied to Arranger C of the current style. So I'm going to pick Arranger C here. Okay, so one more time. He's taking the Country Rock style, Arranger D, and we are copying all parts of it to the current style, which is Greg 1, into Arranger C. So I'm going to go ahead and execute that. Okay, and then finally he wants to take the old waltz Arranger B and move it into Arranger D. So we're going to take a waltz. So I'm going to go into parameters, set that to 126, change that to 3/4 time. 16 bars. Okay, go into copy export, and we're going to find the old waltz again, which is down here. Old waltz, right? And we are going to copy this to the current style, Arranger D. So I'm going to select Arranger D. So again, what we've done is we've taken in the user side of the SD90 from the country family, the old waltz, Arranger D, all parts of the arranger, and we're going to copy it to, I just looked up on the screen there. He wants Arranger B copied, so I'm going to change this to Arranger B. And he wants that copied to Arranger D of the current one. Okay, so that's now correct. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to press execute. And now I should hear a waltz, which is Arranger B. Okay, excuse me, I have to be over here in D. There we go. Okay, so now if I go and I look at the parameters and I cycle through this, you'll see that Arranger A is 120, so I must have messed that up, 126, right? And Arranger B is, wonder why it's doing that. I don't have an explanation for why the tempo is changing, but you'll see it's 3/4, 16 bars, right? Arranger C is incorrect. So we must have messed up Arranger C. So let's check that. So that should be Country Rock Arranger D. So let's go ahead and do that again. That should be 4/4 time, right? And that's 8 bars. And we want to do copy and export, and we're going to take Country Rock Arranger D. So that's going to be Country Rock. Where is that again? Country Rock. We're going to take Arranger D, all parts, and we're going to copy it to Arranger C. There we go. And we're going to execute. Okay, now we'll take a look at this again. So Arranger D is Arranger C. Let's do it this way. Arranger C is 3/4 time, Arranger C is 4/4 time, Arranger B is 3/4 time, Arranger A is 4/4 time. So now if I go ahead and I play this, when I press A, we should be hearing Country Rock Arranger A. When I press Arranger B, we should be hearing Old Waltz Arranger A. When I press Arranger C, we should be hearing Country Rock Arranger D. And when I press Arranger D, we should be hearing Old Waltz Arranger B. So let's listen. So that's Arranger A, which should be Country Rock A. So that's a 4/4 time piece. So now I'm going to go to Arranger B, which should be Old Waltz Arranger A. So the next one should be waltz time. So you'll see that it is in waltz time. Okay, now we should go to Arranger C, which should be Country Rock Arranger D. So this should go back to 4/4 time. And it does. And then Arranger D should be Old Waltz Arranger B. So that again should be in 3/4 time. And it is. And you'll see that the two waltzes are different. This is Arranger D. We go to Arranger B. And they are different. Okay, so that's the idea. That's how you're able to, and of course you want to press save, and you'll want to press save there, and it'll override it, and that's it. So now anytime I recall that style, I will have the combination of Country Rock Arranger A and Old Waltz Arranger A and B put into the variations of the current style that we've just set up. So I hope that helps you at least get started in understanding how to combine various parts from various styles that exist on the SD90 into a single style. And what I do recommend is that before you execute the copy, that you do adjust the parameters first up here, making sure that the global is set to single. That is very important. And that you pick the correct time signature and number of bars that you want to copy in from the original style. That is important because if you choose more bars than are available in the style, you will get spaces at the end of the loop, which obviously is not desirable. And if you pick the number of bars to be less than what the source style is, then it'll loop before it actually gives you all the variations of bars that exist in that style. So take a minute and look at the source styles, see how many bars do exist for each arranger, write them down, and make sure that you set those up correctly in your destination style as you go to make your new one. Hope that helps.